What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH. Listen, Alexis, I don't blame her. Alexis was shaken when she saw that it was Brendan's body because at first she didn't know who it was because the body was face down. She couldn't see their face. Until Rory found some identification on the body and she said the name. That's when she was freaking out, like, oh, I know him. That's Neil's brother. And I didn't like Jordan's little accusatory ass tone a little bit. I understand, Jordan trying to cover all her bases, trying to do her job diligently. I can respect that. But it's like just because Alexis knows somebody don't mean she's involved in whatever happened to this man. Because she was asking Alexis all these questions about him, talking about, do you think he was suicidal? How's she supposed to know? She barely knew the damn man. She don't know him. She know of him. Like she only had a couple of interactions with him, and yes, they were not pleasant. But I'm glad Alexis kept her answers very short and to the point. And she refused to say anything else after that because you're not about to make it a suspect out of her. Um, because she told Jordan that she was on her way to Windermere because you know how they ask those little questions. What were you doing on the pier? See, listen, I have a mouth on me and I have a tendency to talk back. You ask me why I'm somewhere, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I'm minding my business. That's why I'm here. Like, why is it your business why I'm on the pier? It's a public place. I'm minding my business. I understand they just doing their job and whatnot, but don't be asking me that. Because you're gonna get a smart answer in return. So, she was like, oh, I'm supposed to be going to Spoon Island to go, see my nephew and stuff. But, after finding Brendan's body and stuff like that, she didn't want to go. She was leaving. And Jordan was like, well, I thought you were going to Spoon Island. I don't blame Alexis for not wanting to go now. She just found a dead body. At this point, she don't want to take the launch to Windermere at this point. She just want to get the hell out of there. You know? Um and Jordan sitting there talking about why is it because you knew the victim? I was so glad when Alexis shut that down. She was like, okay, I'm not answering no more questions without my attorney, Diane, present. I said, there you go. There you go. That's how you handle that. You don't answer no more questions. But Harmony gonna have some issues because Jordan, after they looked at the body, they saw ligature marks. You know what I'm saying? They saw the marks on his neck. And she was asking Rory, what does it look like to him? Him being a rookie cop and stuff, to see if he knows his stuff. And he even said it. He said, well, it could have been accidental or it looked like somebody's hands was on his neck. So they're gonna get to the bottom of this. Because if you see marks all on his neck, obviously they don't want to jump to conclusions about what could have happened because for all they know that could have happened some point earlier in the day before all this went down. But once they get him to the medical examiner and stuff like that, it's gonna paint a clearer picture of what happened to him once they fully get a medical autopsy on him. But it's not gonna look good for Harmony because now this is something else that she got to try to find a way to cover up just in case her name pops up into this. I was so happy when Alexis went to that bar and she did not order no liquor. She said, "Give me a cranberry." Um, she had ordered, I think, what was it, a cranberry soda or something like that. And here go Harmony, little tipsy self coming up to the bar. No, Alexis will have what I'm having. No, booze queen. She's not gonna have what you're having. She's a recovering alcoholic, and you're clearly tipsy. So no, she will not have what you having. Crazy. Um, Speaking of Harmony, she covered it up real nice with Willow when Willow asked her what if she done. And she's sitting there talking about try to basically say it's about the whole Nina situation and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, that was a nice cover up, but you ain't gonna be able to save your tail for too much longer. Cause your ass is grass and the PCPD is about to be the lawnmower. Cause at the end of the day, you gonna get caught. If they ask the right questions and plus they find out about you being up in his brother's room and stuff, stealing files, you're going to jail. All they gotta do is ask the right questions to the right people. That's all they have to do, and they got all the evidence they need to take you down. Hopefully, the PCPD does not screw this up. I'm putting some faith in them. Do I have a lot of faith in them? No, but I'm putting some faith in them that they can get this done, without lousing it up. Hopefully, Jordan. But yeah, Willow sitting there telling Harmony, "Oh, I hope that you could take Wiley to the aquarium soon." No, ma'am. She don't need to be around your child. Absolutely not. Not in this lifetime, not in the next lifetime, not in Jesus's lifetime. She don't need to be around this child. She don't need to be around a monkey. She don't need to be around no animal, no child, no human, no nothing. She needs to be in a cell somewhere by herself, or with a big girl named Dorothy that's about to violate her. That's all she need to be. Harmony going down. I can't wait. Um. So anyway, moving on from that. Speaking of Jordan, she was in her own little mess with Porsha because Porsha was throwing accusations. Basically, she feel like because Jordan still got feelings, because she tried to ask Jordan, oh, so is this because you still have feelings for Curtis and whatnot? And Jordan was like, my personal feelings have nothing to do with my cases. So here go Portia. Oh, so that means that you do still have feelings for Curtis. Why would you be surprised at that? Why would you be surprised? Is anybody surprised that Jordan still has feelings for Curtis? Of course she does. Anybody, any fool could see that. Because at the end of the day, Curtis was the one that wanted the divorce, not Jordan. Jordan's not the one who wanted it. She tried to work on her marriage. She never wanted that. It was all him. So of course there's feelings still there. Um, I feel like Portia, I understand Portia is under a lot of strain right now because she's worried about her daughter. This is her only child. She could be facing prison time. The ADA is trying to go hard at her. I get it. But taking your frustrations out on a police commissioner is a little ridiculous at this point. Because at least Jordan had the thought to like keep this investigation going, and she knows deep down that Trina didn't do this. Even Dante knows that, and they're keeping the investigation going. That's smart. This is not an open and shut case. Just because they have Trina, they have evidence and they arrested her and there's a trial coming up, does not mean the PCPD is giving up this case, because they're not, which is a good sign. Like, Portia need to calm down. Go woosah somewhere. Go to yoga like everybody else do. Go, meditate. Go do what you gotta do. And relax yourself. You know what I mean? Because you're hurling out these accusations without any facts. Like, calm yourself down, sweetie. Getting all wound up too tight. Like, relax. Speaking of being wound too tight, Mr. Marshall, I feel like the way Marshall came at Drew was it was over the top. It was a bit rude. Don't get me wrong. I understand Marshall's upset with them, invading his privacy and trying to do a background check on him by offering him a fake job and stuff like that. I get he's upset by that, but is he shocked? Like, sir, you're giving no information about your past. Of course they were going to try to look into you to make sure there's nothing shady that can link to them, that could fall on their families. Well, not Drew, but, Curtis and TJ. Curtis was just looking out for his family. Marshall can't be mad at that. He can't blame him for that. You might not like their methods, but they had to do what they had to do. It's not like, Curtis didn't come to him several times to try to have a real conversation about what happened, and he's been lying to him ever since. And for him to come at Drew like that was very rude. Talking about some, oh, you don't know what it's like to have to work to survive, and not everybody was born with a silver spoon in their mouth. First of all, he doesn't know anything about Drew. Only thing he knows about Drew is that he's a part of the Quartermain family. That's all he knows. That's all he's judging him by. You don't know that the kind of life that man had prior to finding out that they were his family. Drew didn't have a great life growing up either. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really didn't. So Marshall need to check himself. And I hate that Drew agreed with Marshall. Like, oh, maybe he's right. Maybe I do have a silver spoon in my mouth. No, you don't. You weren't born with one. You may have money now, but it wasn't always like that for Drew. He built himself up. You became a man of honor, something to be proud of. you know. But I do agree with Michael though. I feel like Drew needs to figure out his life because he doesn't have the passion for Aurora Media like Michael does. But I do agree with Michael. Maybe he should try to get his shares back from Valentine and stuff. Try to get back in the ELQ. Maybe start up a detective agency or something. Find something that you like. Because I think Drew is just having a little career crisis at this moment. Like he doesn't know where he fits in now, which is normal. Very normal to have, but he need to, start up something, Call Ace Ventura. Maybe y'all could partner up and start a pet agency or something together. Come up with something, like you just got to figure out what your niche is, like what you want to do. I know it ain't easy, but it's easier said than done. But do it old school. Get you a pad and a pen and write down everything. All the careers. Write down what kind of career you think you would want, or what the qualities are. Do it old school. Do what you got to do. But I'm glad Drew gave Curtis a heads up that Marshall knows, that they lied about the background and stuff like that. Um, to give him a little heads up on it, cause Lord knows Marshall gonna be knocking at Curtis' door next when this is all said and done, cause you know he is. He gonna be knocking at that door. So anyway, moving on from that, Jocelyn was working my nerves a little bit because I understand she's upset with Spencer. I totally get it. But for her to come in there knowing her boyfriend is the manager of Kelly's, how are you just gonna come in there and tell him that, oh, Spencer's not getting his job back? That's not your call to make. And I'm glad Cameron kind of put her in her place and told her, like, listen, you don't run nothing over here. I'm the manager here. I say who can work here and who can't, which is technically true. It's his job as a manager to hire and fire. He doesn't own the place, but, you know, speaking of own, we all know that Jocelyn's grandmother, Bobby, owns the place. We get that. But at the end of the day, as long as Cam is the manager, he has the stroke. You know, he has the brass to fire and hire, whether Jocelyn likes it or not. And I love how Trina, you know, wasn't about to get ran off by Spencer. Because as soon as Jocelyn seen Spencer, she was like, oh, let's just go somewhere else. Trina said, no, 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 no. I'm not about to be ran out of here. She said, no, I'm going to stay. And I don't blame her. So they was pretty much going back and forth about it. And Joss was pissed off at Cam for sticking up for Spencer or whatever, because there's a reason for it that she just doesn't know yet. And Spencer sitting there talking about something, oh, you're gonna feel embarrassed when you find out what's really going on and stuff like that or whatever. I'm like, Spencer, shut up. I still don't like you. The actor is doing a hell of a job, but Spencer. Why not just tell them what you suspect and just move on? Like, why continue to sit here and keep them in the dark that you know Esme is a lying ass liar? Like, why not just be honest with them about it and stop all this foolishness? I'm actually happy that Britt and Spencer's relationship is still intact because she can kind of give him some good advice. Basically, trust his gut, you know, trust his instincts. And deep down, he know good and well Esme was lying. He knew from when he first heard this that she was lying because even he didn't believe her at the time. So hopefully Spencer can redeem himself. But do I want him and Trina together? Not right now. Because he still got a lot of growing to do. Like, he still got a lot of maturing to do. And Trina got her head on straight, and I ain't got time for Trina to keep getting caught up in Cassadine drama that could potentially lead to, you know, a worser tragedy than what's happening to her now. And I'm also glad Britt is looking at that matchmaking thing, but they need to bring somebody on for her because I'm ready for Britt to get her hair down, let her hair loose, and have a good time. You know, meet somebody fun, a little dangerous, a little edge to him. Because I think that's what she liked. I mean, hell, look at her and Jason. She likes somebody with some edge to him, with a little swagger. So I think they should definitely do that. Bring it on. So anyway, moving on from that, I do believe Valentine at this moment is probably playing Victor. I think that's exactly what he's doing. I think he's playing him. You know, I think that he's trying to um, get in Victor's good graces, like build his confidence, you know, his trust with him. So that way Victor might slip up and, you know, give him more details about what he's up to. So that way he can get more proof to nail him. I think that's exactly what Valentine's doing. I hope that's what he's doing. Hopefully he wasn't brainwashed somehow by Victor. Because Anna was telling Valentine that she trusts him. She just don't trust his father. And you know, once she mentioned that and opening up the champagne and stuff, Valentine was in a rush now to get on up out of there. But I like that little passionate little kiss that they shared with each other. I said, all right, it's about time that Anna get her groove back and get with somebody. Like, I'm happy for her. I just hope that this relationship turns out better than others that she's had over the years. Cause I really do like her and Valentine together. I really do. So hopefully he ain't playing her and he's, you know, being honest about what he's doing. Um, as far as Victor is concerned, I'm hoping that he's playing that old geezer. My only thing with Valentine was I didn't agree with him when he tried to call Anna a hero when it came to Peter. Uh-uh. I'm not giving her credit for that. I feel like most of the credit, all the credit goes to Maxie, because Maxie was the one that kept coming up with plan after plan to shut him down. So I'm not giving Anna credit for that. All that credit goes to Maxie. Because Anna could have been shut Peter down a long time ago, but she kept being in denial about who he was, and it took her that long to do it. So no, she don't get the hero stamp from me. Not on that one. Mm-mm. That heroism, that goes to Maxie, because Maxie did what she had to do on that one. She did her thing. So I got to give all that credit to Maxie, not to Anna. Um, so anyway, this is a pretty good episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought about it, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.